Okay, hey guys, so this is the long waited for video, my 1 year on testosterone. And the basis of this entire video is basically going to be answering some questions that I got on Tumblr. I'm also going to, just kind of update you guys on my transition and, all that fun stuff. To start off with, my first question I got was, how would you say tea has changed you in all this time? Besides the physical stuff, which is really evident, I would say my personality has changed just kind of like a little bit. And also, I've mentally changed a little bit as well. To start off with, mentally, I'm adjusting to the process of not basically outing myself right off the back. A good example is at work a couple days ago. Somebody at my work was like, "Oh, how does lesbian sex even work?" And I had to step back, not answer that, and I don't even remember how I avoided answering that. I kind of just blew off like, I don't know. That's probably what I did. Honestly, I don't remember though. And it's kind of hard to explain, but mentally I've become. It was a little bit of a task actually at first. I became a lot less patient, and I've kind of regained that patience. Just with everything, not just like changes. It's like everything. It's just it happened though. Along with like my personality, I was cocky before testosterone. I felt like I was all that. And now it's kind of like I've taken a step back, and some days, I'll revert back to that cocky, but for the most part, I guess I can say I've become a lot more humble or modest, whatever you want to call it, and I think that's a bit more of the maturing, and I'm not really sure if that has anything to do with tea or if it just had to deal with me maturing over my first year of college. Okay, and my next question was actually, this is all like one giant paragraph of questions. The first one is, have your hairline changed? Did my hairline change? Yes, it did. I'll show you guys right here. My next question is asking how much growth down under I experienced, and don't worry, man, I told you guys I was open to any questions that you guys wanted to ask. Personally, I feel like I haven't grown a lot, but I have enough that I could probably wrap my finger around and jerk it just a little bit. I mean, it might be a little bit too much information, but you know what? You guys asked. The next question that was asked is, has my body odor changed? Personally, I kind of feel like it has, but I don't know for sure. I would have to ask my ex Ryan, because honestly he's the only one that would really be able to tell me, because I did meet up with him when I was pre-T, and then we had occasions where I hung out with him after I started testosterone, so he's the one I should ask for that, and I might answer that in my next video if I make one. I'll let you guys know for sure. And the next question is asking about my appetite, whether it increased or decreased. And honestly, it's kind of weird because it decreased at first, and then it kind of increased after like 6 months. And that, I know it's a bit weird, but it was like the first 6 months I craved certain foods, but because I couldn't get those foods, my appetite decreased, I guess, and I think that makes sense. And then after 6 months, which would have been like January, I don't even know what the difference was really. It happened though. Have I experienced more anger and aggression, or have I become more calm, is the next question. and honestly, I've become way more calmer. But when I do get angry, it kind of just like it. It used to like come up to here, and now it's like here. So when I get angry, it's like the amount of just anger just like spills out. I just kind of like should go downstairs into my backyard and punch the punching bag probably. And the last question that I got out of everything was what basically my comfort level with public bathrooms. Honestly, it kind of depends on the place. Like when I'm at school, I don't even give a fuck. I go to the men's room all the time. Before I started testosterone, I was kind of like, sometimes I'd use the men's room, but mostly it kind of depended upon where it was at. Location is a big deal for me. Whenever I'm at work, even now, I don't use the men's room unless I absolutely have to. I always use the family restroom, sorry. I always use the family restroom that's right next to my building where I work at. And you know, it's not that big of a deal. Nobody questions why I'm using the family restroom. So there's that. And okay, now on to just general transition in life update stuff. And the very, very last stuff of the video is going to be the comparison stuff. Stay tuned. There is going to be like a voice comparison even. And to start out with, I'm gonna talk about a bit of my transition related things. My goal for top surgery is hopefully December. I am going to have it with, I hope I'm saying his name right, Dr. Silberblot. I don't really know 100% sure if I'm saying that right. He's in Roanoke, Virginia, which is only a hour drive at tops from where I go to school. Also, good news with that is there's like a very, I wouldn't say a very good chance, but I'd say at least like 80% chance that my insurance might cover part of it. His practice accepts one of my two insurances, and by that time I'll have hit the catastrophic for the year. So that works out for my benefit as well. So that might drastically lower my cost. From what I asked a couple of the guys who recommended me, they all paid roughly like $8,000 total between his fees and the hospital fees. Because unfortunately, it's not all one fees; they have two separate fees. And a big portion as to why I chose him, even though I haven't gone in for my consultation or anything yet, a big portion of why I am going to him is because of the distance. My girlfriend offered to take care of me, so that's definitely a big bonus. And in addition to all that, that means I can just stay at her apartment over winter break, and just work on recovering and all that fun stuff. Okay, and sorry about the wardrobe change here. I started this video yesterday, and I'm finishing it today so I can have it all done for tomorrow when it actually is my 1 year. Okay. But anyways, so now onto like life updates kind of stuff. As for any major life updates, I don't really have all that much going on in my life, besides just finishing with the final paperwork and whatnot for updating everybody with my name change. I spent an entire day with my mom running around, updating my banks. I updated my work finally, and all that fun stuff. I haven't updated my school though, so that's a really simple thing. I just have to print out this basically form, fill out it, and send them a copy of my court order saying, yeah, it's verified and true, whatever. But so yeah. But other than that, I'm just working on starting up a chapter of Sigma Phi Beta at my university. Which, for those of you who don't know, Sigma Phi Beta is a gay, straight, bisexual, transgender male fraternity, and it is open to allies as well. And overall, I feel like it's definitely something my university needs. We're small town in rural Virginia, and even though there is like there's two gay organizations on campus, more or less the entire university could use more acceptance, I guess you could put it. Majority of the students and whatnot on campus that have at least seen like the stuff I post on Facebook all seem really, really supportive of the idea. In addition to that, there's not that many people who want to join, but there is still the handful of people that have already said yes, they want to. There's people that are willing to join if I absolutely need the numbers, basically. Even though I don't really think that's that great of a reason to join, but props to them for even willingly offering that. And then but the administration is kind of like this iffy kind of area. There's the handful of people that I've already been in contact with from my school who are very supportive. Like I know this one person, Financial Aid, he's also the sponsor for the Gay Straight Alliance and Spectrum, which is like a social gay group on campus. He's very supportive. He's willing to be a supervisor or advisor, whatever, for the fraternity, and he recommended me to like 4 or 5 other people who could potentially be advisors. They're all supportive of the idea, and his partner, who's part of the Registered Students Organization, basically the person in charge of the clubs that aren't Greek, he's fully supportive as well of the idea. So the entire organization is very supported by majority of the campus. It's just a matter of filling out all the paperwork and getting the right support in the right places, and for the most part I'm getting everything done in a fairly good time frame. The application is pretty detailed in what it needs though. Okay, and now on to the most probably anticipated part of this entire video, the comparison. I'll see you guys at my next video. Bye.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson.
I got my first T-shot, that whole fun spiel.
Hey guys, this is my 1 month on T.
So this is my 6 months on T update. Hey guys, this is my 1 year on testosterone.